On stream. Okay, I was like, the what is coming
Yeah.
out?
No, yeah, it's on the stream.
Oh no. I was fucking.
You were spitting. All right, try again.
Okay, you can spit now.
Yo, are we real? Okay, you
Yeah.
get to see more of the cutscene, so it was all planned, you know. I sabotaged the stream just so you can see more of the cutscene. Anyway, my name's Deku. I'm super excited to be introducing the marathon. First round Sonic Heroes. A little bit about the marathon. We announced it like a month ago, which, if you're familiar with marathons, that's really not a lot of time. Like, you usually want like announce it like months in advance, maybe like 3 months, 4 months. But, you know, we only had 1 month. We had to get ready all the layouts, get ready the schedule, and but you guys submitted so many runs. We have 15 hours each day for 3 days. So this is Friday and Sunday. Start 9 a.m. Eastern and ends at 12 p.m. 12 a.m. Sorry, Eastern. Um, so just so many runs. You guys submitted so much. I'm super excited for each and every one of these runs, but we have to start somewhere. We're starting with Sonic Heroes. I'm joined by my commentator, The Superior.
Yep.
I have so many files. Okay. A little bit about this game. This is one of the Sacer games, obviously. Um, Team Chaotix. Something different about Team Chaotix is that you don't just go to the goal ring, you gotta collect all the objectives, but you know, we'll see more about it starting soon. I'll do a countdown for the restreamer. Alright, 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, Team Chaotix. My favorite team, personally. This is also unrestricted, so we'll be seeing some fancy tricks coming up.
Oh yeah, we'll get there when we get there. We have some time to wait. So I mean,
Yeah,
again, it's Team Chaos. I feel I'm going to like assume that most people on Sacer have seen this game in some form or
yeah.
capacity. But obviously, again, Deku was talking about it, Chaotix mission mode. So you have a bunch of stuff. This is going to be collect 10 crabs. It's just the first one in the stage, going through. The routing stuff is pretty cool. I guess there's like a few optimizations. So I guess like if you've seen some of it at pace, but like not really getting to talk about some of it in terms of like the idea of how some of the movement has changed. Coming up here, we used to take this as SBO, but we're actually gonna take it as Charmy as like a small like 10-second time
What?
save. Taking like the ramps, oh nice, and like interacting with certain pieces of the stage will like be different depending on your character. So there's kind of like stuff where messing around with things like that can do it. But of course, you have your 3 characters. You have SBO, your speed character. You have Charmy, the flight character, and you have Vector, the power character. Get into more of what they do later, but of course, you know, you can kind of have an idea that, you know, speed is going to be where you want to stay. You know, has the classic Sonic stuff, being able to roll, jump, homing, attack. And then, of course, they have an action button that apparently allows you to jump in midair if
Yeah.
you run off a stage. That's
Yeah, the game
really
thinks
cool
you're like
mechanic.
grounded, so you're allowed to jump.
Yep. Shoutouts to Donkey Kong.
Yeah, literally. 52. Oof, might be time for reset.
Yeah, dude. You know, apparently these days 52 just isn't that good anymore.
Sorry.
Alrighty then. So, one thing that the power character has, so of course they can punch, they have the glide, we'll get into some glides and stuff later, but they also have that belly flop. And the belly flopping with both Vector and Big have some fun qualities in terms of the idea of team switching. When you switch to flight, you kind of like pop up in the air and you essentially get extra height, and then yeah, when you switch to speed, you get the grounding zone. Very love-hate mechanic. But it also allows us to kind of like go through and do these doors really fast. Deku doing the trail door variant, of course, it's the fastest, especially with Chaotix. Where what you're doing is you are doing the ground excel, and then you're switching back and forth after the ground excel from SBO, or from Vector back to SBO. Because basically what that's doing is it makes it so that the actual hitbox itself of Vector is still active. He's like still doing the thing that he would be doing as he's doing his belly flop while you switch to SBO. And so that sort of hitbox is still active when you switch back and forth, and then you switch, but when you
I
go
gotta
back
get
to
the
SPO
time.
so fast that you don't get popped up in the air. Okay, you're not getting the time.
No. What is happening?
Dude, is the point.
115 is insane.
Yeah, that's a pretty good. That's a pretty good time. You know, we were talking about 152's not being that great, but I think 115 is pretty good.
Don't think you can do much better.
I think it would be really hard to do much better than a 115. I think. But yeah, no. Point of the matter, Chaldor's really cool. Gliding's really cool. You kind of got to see halfway through the stage, kind of gliding through, and instead of taking the fan upwards, you use both the momentums from the glide that you got from doing a ground excel, and carrying it from like the right side. Doing the glides are really cool in the way that they carry momentum, and you will see it most of this run in terms of how that is. It's so cool. But yeah, no, we have our good friend Egghawk here. You know, some may tap an extra popular meme on top of this boss, but we're not going to do that today. Shout out to Spencer. But we're going to hit this.
No.
Invincibility. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, we're going to hit the invincibility capsule and generally beat Egghawk to this part on the first try. And then from here, that will make his AI think that we are in the spot where we should be, going all the way around to get to this middle spot and twirl around for a bit. We just wail on it. It's a very quick boss. Even when you miss the cycle like that and you hate your life and you think you want to reset, it only actually loses 3 seconds.
Yeah, it's really not a big deal.
It's like fine.
Yeah, because he's like catching up to you. So if you, yeah, I just didn't run fast enough. Unfortunate. Yeah, coming up Grand Metro. Big fan of the stage.
Oh, that stage is so cool. One of the 3 big ones. There's a few stages, just the goals that you have are so much bigger than the goals that you generally have in every other stage. And this is the first of those. 85 enemies, every single enemy on the stage. You gotta kill them. And we're gonna do that in a variety of really cool ways and some new ways that you may have only seen in, say, like maybe like a Katie World record or something. I don't even think we did some of this stuff. Like, actually, no, you guys did do some of it at Pace.
Yeah.
So we're going through, grabbing that SBO level 1. So just really nerd damage value stuff. All the enemies have health bars in this game. That's just like, you know, shout out, you know, a new Sonic thing for this game. So all like the regular enemies, with some exceptions, have 3 health. Like that's just, the number is 3. Sometimes it's 1 for absolutely no conceivable reason. But that the number that you want to know is 3. So right there, the SBO homing attack at level 0 does 1. At level 1, it does 2 damage. And then at level 3, it does 3 damage. Shout out to that. Yeah, that's such a sick strat.
I love it.
Power character is when the power character is active, your friends will just attack enemies. Like they're just like, oh, that's an enemy, I got you. And so we can switch back and forth from SBO to Vector to keep refreshing them on the ground to keep doing that attack. But yeah, the idea is we want to get to SBO level 2 and Charmy level 2 as soon as possible so that those two can be doing damage as quick as possible. Because Vector doing damage is pretty slow unless we're doing something like that. And even then, sometimes you don't really want to keep switching back and forth between Vector and SBO for some other weird things. But the switch stuff has been really cool and something that's been a little newer to Grand Metro as it's been. So we're gonna see. Yeah, we're just gonna thundershoot those guys. Those guys also would have been a set of enemies that we used to switch tech if we did not get an accidental catch-up flight. We should be doing it there as well. But yeah, no, to talk a little bit more about the level ups, Charmy just doesn't do damage until level 2. The level 1 basically makes it so that your teammates don't get stunned after hitting enemies. It means that they can chain from enemy to enemy on Thundershoot. And then, yeah, of course, level 2 does damage. Level 3 is completely useless. It makes it so that Thundershoot gets you rings. It's like a ring magnet when you do the Thundershoot. It's really funny thing.
Good for ring attacks.
Vector, yeah, good for ring attacks. Shout out to Dre Minus.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So with Vector, it's going to change his combo up a lot. That's something we may see in the team fights. And then going back to SBO, the level 3 gives him a wind hitbox. All the characters have a tornado. And so when you homing attack, it gives you that tornado hitbox as well. As you can see, we can just homing attack that pull as opposed to tornadoing it or rocket excelling like we would have to normally, which would be the other thing.
I forgot to distract. Oops. Yeah, near the end of the stage. This is like, we have all the level ups, so destroying the enemies is pretty easy now. He's charming a lot. Should be about a sub 320, not bad.
Yeah, it's, you know, about, especially for this, like, it's just about what you should hopefully be getting. It's kind of the earn. It's like, when nothing's going, like, completely wrong, you know, it's like, maybe a few hiccups. 317, yeah. Very solid.
Can't complain too much. But yeah, like, it's really weird with Chaotix. Like, Grand Metro was like, yeah, 3 minutes, but I mean, the first 2 stages were like only 1 minute, and this stage is also gonna be really short. So Team Chaotix really varies between like super long stages and super short ones.
No, it is super interesting, and like, cause yeah, and it's like, it's not like the run, like the stages get longer at the end. It's like you say, it's like it really does alternate as it goes. But dude, this strat is so obnoxious. Oh, dude, man, yeah. So, we are killing the golden turtles. The golden turtles are super annoying because generally the green turtles can just be killed anywhere. The golden turtles, not only do you have to wait for them. Oh, that's so fast.
Oh no, I died. Yeah, just kidding.
Yeah, we're doing that on purpose. Saves a little bit under a second. But yeah, not only are the golden turtles unlike the green turtles, and where the green turtles can be hit from anywhere, you have to wait for their head to come out to do damage. But even then, the golden turtles have 6 health instead of 3, so you have to you still would have to either hit them twice or wait for them to start shooting. When you see the green energy going up there is when you can hit them and they always take damage, as opposed to them creeping their head. And of course, that only matters for the first turtle. That of course is a little harder when you try to optimize it with the vector thing. Normally you jump off Charmy, but with these second ones, as you saw, we rocket excel into the thing, abusing that wind hitbox I was talking about earlier, pop them up in the air, and then you homing attack the cage, and your teammates will go help you.
Yeah, the wind physics, like the rocket excel, like wind hitbox, I guess, is super big. Like, you can use it to like grab rings. You can use it to like, just make enemies fly through the cage. It's such a huge hitbox.
Yeah.
All right, Team Dark.
Yep. Shoutouts to our fun AI.
Oh, what are they doing?
That's it. Yep. Fun AI manipulable fights, of course. That one's really fun. I think that's one of my favorite shows for how the AI manips work, because it's very clear what's happening. You can like see it. It's like you switch Charmy, you go to the right, and Omega kind of like the enemy team switches to Omega and punches at you. And then when that punch is over, before they hit the edge of the stage and lose all their momentum, you're jumping off. And then when you release that's what makes Omega and them jump. And they take that momentum and carries off the stage, and all of them die.
Yeah, it's really interesting that like the key to them jumping is releasing A. Like, if you saw that quickly, you probably didn't even notice when I released A. Like, it's just not really something you notice, but that is how it goes.
Completely undetectable if either I don't say it or like you're not using like an input display. It's like really funny.
That's a lot of height.
Our pinball launch, our first unrestricted trick. And then immediately that into the infinite money glitch. So real nice.
Stars. Yeah, that's like an unrestricted only glitch. It's really cool. You use it a lot more with Team Sonic.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you use it a lot more with Sonic and Dark throughout Casino Park. And then, of course, Bingo Highway Skip is obviously that as well.
Yeah, pinball tables are just super broken.
Yeah, it's like you essentially you make your teammates kind of like go away in some form or fashion. We in that case we fire dunked them away. Waited a little bit and then punched onto the pinball table, and then that made them launch up in the air. But yeah, no. Here we have Bingo Highway. I love the stage. Probably the the Bingo Highway that most people like the most in any
Yeah.
category. While this stage is actually really good, unfortunately, it's because the rest of the competition isn't great. But
Oh god.
um, yeah, let's say this is a little unfortunate. But yeah, um, we
Where are
have
they?
10 ships to collect. Yeah, that was really unfortunate. And we are going to be abusing the fact that SPO going invisible and just general team and pinball physics will make your teammates either stay, and how that the pinball physics make it so that when you switch to a character, you will teleport directly to them as opposed to them teleporting directly to you, which is how it generally works. And so
Yeah.
we get to use that to do some really, really cool routing and avoid some parts of the stage, like that Table of Doom over there. Funnily enough, Chaotix might have the easiest Table of Doom, but it's still the Table of Doom, so and we can just avoid it. It's way faster, too. We can just take this flower and abuse the fact that SPO being invisible allows us to do something like that. And of course, we're going to do this here again for this last
Charmy.
one, which the Vector Punch, and Charmy does not exist. That's really fun.
Yeah, you got caught.
Yeah, shout out to the jellyfish. Oh, dude, that you made
That
chip
was
9 look like the easiest thing in the world.
that was such a fast end. No! I forgot so. That ending was so fast. I like rode the corner perfectly and then like I grabbed it instantly. Yeah.
No, it was so
I
good. Yeah,
screwed up
because
the end.
sometimes when you ride the corner, you can get like vertex there and like slow down.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it was like the way Deku did that actually was like super good in terms of like the fact that he just like didn't slow down once. He got the switch to Vector really nicely, so it's just like didn't have to worry at all about the Table of Doom shenanigans.
Yeah. Ah, too early.
Yeah, no
But
problem.
we have another heroes run there. Surely you can show it off.
So here we have Robot Carnival. Here is our first. He's the first of the wave bosses. A lot of combat. A lot of RNG. So we were talking about those character level ups in Grand Metro. Guess what? To do this optimally, we need 8 of those levels. All 8.
Alright.
We need level 3 SPO, level 3 Vector, and level 2 Charmy to do this in a way that doesn't suck. So we do have level 2 Charmy to start out with, which is very, very nice. It's gonna make that wave in particular really sick to do. That one in particular is a lot faster, and then this wave is really nice in terms of course, you have 3 flappers.
Yeah.
So now we are going to take this fire dunk and grab those. We do not have any SPO. We're gonna
It's a
need.
little
We do need.
concerning.
Yeah, in terms of the way that we route this, you want Charmy first, then the 3 SPL levels, then the 3 Vector levels.
Oh, hey.
Because you don't really
I like
need
it from
Vectors
my
for the last
side.
wave. Oh, and there you go. You just get 2 in that wave right before we need it. Oh, and there's level 3 Vector. So,
Perfect.
all that RNG is out the way. This is going to be where we need it for you. I'm going to mix of green and golden turtles here. That way you can just homing attack. In that wave, you also have a turtle in the middle, and you would just team blast it. But the Team Dark team blast is like literally half of the time that
Yeah.
the Chaotix team blast is. So it's unfortunately not as good to use in these combat scenarios. And yeah, no, and this is unfortunately Vector level 3 is the only good combat like level 3. You do all your punches and then let it rip. All the characters have like some crazy combo ender, and really for Vector, the only good one is all these exploding bubble boomers. First off, they all have like 2 hitboxes. It's like the initial hit and the explosion both do a good amount of damage, and then also there's just a lot of them, and it's still worse than every other finisher.
Yeah. It does
But
build
it is
up a
still
lot of
pretty
Team
good.
Blast. Surely that matters.
Yeah, it's
I'm not sure I would call Bigs better. I don't know. It's kind of up to debate.
actually, I guess yeah. I think Biggs might not be.
Mm. Alright, Rail Canyon. Oh, the stage. So many rails. If only there was a way
Oh
to
yeah.
skip them.
Oh, really? Man, what way? I mean, it is unrestricted. All right. So yeah, I mean, let's go ahead and talk about it before we get there, because there is nothing to talk about from this point for like 30 seconds. Well, yeah, it's unrestricted. This is an LTS, so we do have some bot boosts. So, how it's gonna work in flight formation? We are going to get our speed character damage, and specifically our speed character damage, in a way that knocks them off of the formation. And then from there, if we can fast enough make a wall between us and the speed character, and we initiate flight,
No,
it will,
dude,
oh
I'm
my goodness,
low.
it
Oh,
will
man.
send us flying. And so that will be how that is how a bot boost is formed. It's the crux of the normal Sonic Hero speedrun when you go play an unrestricted. There's so many crazy ways that people have started to set up bot boosts in the other, and I will say in the other categories, because of the mission based structure of Chaotix, you cannot really do bot boosts in the same way that you can in every other category.
Yeah.
But in stages like this, where it is just get to the goal, you can do a bot boost. And this first one, of course, is very, very similar to how is going to be. You will see this bot boost is one of the bot boosts that you see in basically every category. This Rail Canyon bot boost, everyone gets to do it.
Yeah.
And there you go.
Alright, wanna land at around this point because there's a friendly little flapper here.
Oh, look at this flapper. Okay. Oh, what's that? Oh, and we set it up.
There we go.
We can set one up like that. Both the chaotic stages that you do bot boost in are a 2-for-1 deal. We will be seeing 4 bot boosts in this run, 2 in this stage, 2 in a future stage.
Yeah.
And that's it. So I mean, Deku did it right. We're just holding right here until we see the end of the stage, and that's where it pops up now. And that's just gonna be it. That's the speed run. We're gonna sit here and keep going. Don't you wish you could do this in Shadow Generations, man?
For real.
Honestly, I'm kind of glad, because right now the trick that they're doing, the little, I forget what it's called, like the ESP launch, that trick does not look fun. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of glad we're fun to do in the end.
I don't
Does he
really know how that
Man,
works.
Don't tell me I missed something at the end, bro. The thing that Cryptic found, the like stupid ESP launch thing, I don't want to do that. I'm glad we don't do that in any percent. I'm glad we have to punch Black Doom. Oh, RC2. Okay, RC2. No, you're right. We do the RC2 thing. I don't know if you've seen the RC2 thing, Deku. I might have to show it to you. It's crazy.
I remember seeing an alpha stream where he was like fucking launching all over the place. I don't know what that's about.
Yeah. No, there is a launch in RC2 that does like basically invalidate the second half of the stage.
That's so cool. You know, speaking about cool, you got Bull Station here.
I mean, cool barely describes it, man. This stage is so sick.
That's what I'm saying.
So, another one of the big 3 stages where the goal is so much larger than everything else. We have 30 capsules to destroy. And the movement here is so sick. There is so much button pressing going on. Deku not doing the capsule for the early seconds, but we do get that really cool movement where you get to ground excel, shuriken, get the jump onto the rail, the one quick switch into the glide immediately to that capsule 8. Some of my favorite movement that sadly I'm not doing anymore because I am gonna do the early capsule thing. There is a capsule directly under where you do that ground excel. That does make it so that instead of going to the right side to grab this capsule, instead you would go, shout out to Charmy. You would do a door clip through that door we just passed by, to save a cycle. Really cool stuff there's some cool stuff going on in Bullet Station. And of course, cycle. And again, I said a cycle. This is a cycle-based stage. Round 3.3 for each Bullet Station cycle.
130 is not bad.
Thank goodness it was a 130 and not a 133. That's Bullet Station is very mean on the cycles. Very, very
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, if I did like a 1 second mistake there, I would have lost like 4 total. I would have lost like 3 extra seconds because I would have had to wait for another cycle.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't have been able to catch the earlier one. Yeah, small scroller here. Grab the SP level up on the way. I'm gonna be using it later.
And of course, we will be doing a Charmy rail switch off of here. Fall a little slower so that we can make it over here to this rail, and then timing the
I should have
jump.
bounced. Damn it.
Yeah. Oh, dude, yeah, using the bounce there would have been cool. But yeah, no, timing the jump with the speed pad so that we could try to hit a glide to get to that second level. Deku. Okay, here we go. Yep, this is the funny backup. You love to see the backup. Deku taught me that.
Yeah.
But yeah, the point was to get to that second level where that capsule was to break it. That glide looks super cool when you do it right. Still looks pretty cool when you got it wrong there. Nice going. That's you know. That's the Deku SR. This guy plays Sonic Heroes.
Sometimes it happens. Oops. See, I was trying to avoid that guy. This guy's owning me. Nice bounce. Okay, now that we don't have level 3, I'll do a cool backup here. Cool.
Yep, at the very side of the train there to not get your teammates damaged. You kind of go through a door and fly over so that you don't have to hit the tornado without homing attacking it.
Nice.
So yeah, so there you go. That's Bullet Station with
the full screen glitch.
The funny death mixed in between.
Yeah. Gotta keep it tense somehow. Pepper Egg Albatross. This arguably the hardest and most interesting boss fight in the run.
Yeah, we do have 3 phases here. They will go by pretty quick, but this stage can be really tough. This boss can be really tough for, especially Chaotix in particular, but honestly, most of the bosses, just because of the way that it works. So this is very similar to Egghawk, where we're going to bait Albatross back to us. And in terms of like the idea of how we hit him and do as much damage as possible, is going to be kind of like abusing the damage of like Vector's, the actual spit attack hitting, and then also kind of like what happens after the fact when you like the almost contact damage as well when you're doing that to get that first phase. And the second phase is going to be, oh, you couldn't get the
I should have
chase.
rocket excelled. Oh.
Yeah, man, it's again such a fast boss, so it's kind of hard to explain everything. But yeah, with that second phase, the idea is you want to be able to get your, like, you want to punch that, make sure your teammates is in your mouth, and then when Albatross kind of like hits you, it like pops you up in the air, and then you're kind of like repeatedly belly flopping over Albatross to do a bunch of damage. And you can do that twice, as you saw with Deku, or 3 times if you didn't get enough damage on the first 2. Just Albatross does not, or the Egghawk part of Albatross does not have 100 health. It has 15, so just one good fire dunk does the trick.
Gotta make sure you hit him in the face, otherwise it doesn't do enough damage.
Yeah.
Alright, Frog Forest. Oh man, I gotta be careful not to get detected by the frogs.
Yeah, no, it'll be really scary if you get detected by the frogs. Oh, what's that? Oh, another bop boost. All right.
How did it not work?
I'm surprised that didn't work. I'm not gonna
lie. that was pretty
dude, this bop boost. Thankfully, not as bad as the Team Rose version, because Team Rose also does the bop boost there.
Oh god.
But still can be kind of annoying. We did stop a little early here, so yeah, we're gonna use our flight to get a bunch of height and then try to navigate.
Wait, I could have landed sooner. Oops.
Oh, yeah, you could have landed. Yeah, you could have landed at the earlier part of the stage that we normally wouldn't land at, but it's okay. That's slow. We can just land hopefully properly. Okay, this bop boost might be impossible.
Yeah, might be too difficult.
Again, this one's really tough. As you see, Deku is like not just making a wall between him and the thing. He is also trying to navigate the loop. If you go too far, if you're too far on the left, then you'll just be on the left, or like it'll send you left. If you're too far to the right, it will send you forward, but you're gonna get caught on the loop. So you're trying to hit a very specific part to not get caught under there. And so yeah, he's kind of like clipping the loop here
I'm
when he
inside the fucking tube. Where am I? Where am I?
Dude, wait, is this the tube at the end of the stage or is this the one at the beginning? Oh, it is. Yeah, wait. Here we go. Wait, no, this is the beginning. I'm stupid.
Okay, I'll just.
I was like, is this the one at the end? But yeah, no, there he's getting clipped at the. He's getting like clipped there, as opposed to like completely getting stopped by the loop. He's getting clipped by it, which is kind of messing with the spot boost, as opposed to completely clearing it to get to the spot where we want to get to. Again, that one is tough. Like, even though, okay, I said it's easier than Team Rose bot boost, and it definitely is to get to that spot, but like, that bot boost is very notorious in both categories in terms of just being a very difficult bot boost to get, especially
Yeah. Well, this stage is cool.
Yeah, no, this is a cool stage. We'll get to see some of the Frog Forest movement. So we do get a nice Rocket Excel Shuriken throw to get over.
Yeah, you would land around over here.
Yeah, this is about where we would land, and we are going to set up for that second bot boost right here. Try to get SBO at the wall, and then drop just a little bit so that, yes, we can. The bot boost is forcefully stopped by slamming into that thing. If you try to bot boost immediately, you'll actually go above it. So yeah, it's like Deku kind of like dropped down a little bit so that he can make sure that he actually hits the thing. And that's the Frog Forest.
Yeah, this stage could be done in 20 seconds of the IL, but it's usually around 30 seconds in a run. So it's really quick. But oh well, couldn't really show it
I think my best was like a 38, I think, or something.
Yeah, that's around what you get. Time for best stage. Oh no, where am I going?
Oh wait, where are you going? Yeah, dude, that's the game it, man.
That's
I
the
think
game
Game's even in chat.
Man, trying to do the 2018 strats.
Dude, Deck is always talking about the old days, man. He thought he was in thought he was in 2017 for a minute. But yeah, no. So
29
you know, you can think about the idea with Deku's normal gameplay. There would be how cool Game It Route is in that moment. Where instead of going yeah, unfortunate. Where instead of doing this, where we backtrack here to get all of these first, and then dying and then getting those first three. Instead, we go grab the top Chow first, and then fall down to what used to be Chow 9 and 10, and then die. And that ended up being faster than killing the guy at the bottom of like the beginning of Lost Jungle. And so that's the idea of the Game It route. And it's really cool. It looks really cool. I like the new movement. I think the new movement's nice. So shout outs to Game It for that. And it's faster, which is what matters.
Yeah, no, Lost Jungle just grew on me so much. I didn't really like it when I first started running, but like now it's starting to be one of my favorites, especially with the new route. Just flows so well.
Yeah.
Oh man, this fight, hope it goes well.
Yeah, you know. This
oh, my controller broke. Oh no, never mind.
Yeah, never mind. Yeah, Team Rose really just has a rough time with it. Fights are like try to make the team fall off in some form or fashion, like the other team. Like that is just how they all work. But like Team Rose is so easy. Like they just jump off in both their team fights.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to do anything. Like again, we were talking about with Team Dark. You like have to like release the A button to make them jump off. In the Team Sonic fight, Team Dark or Team Sonic Team 2, you like do a thing to like make them go in the air so that you can hit them and make them fly off. With like Chaotic, with Chaotix with the Dark fight, it works the very same as the Chaotix Team 1 fight, where you know you go off to the right, you jump, release it, and they jump off thing. But like Rose, you just hold directions and they just go. Like they just leave. Like,
they just have a really interesting AI, I guess. They just don't like you going at the edge.
All right. We have Hand Castle. There's only 10 keys, so this is all 10 keys. I think this is like, I feel like most people like this stage, but this is kind of like a sleeper stage, I feel, for how much people like it. This honestly has turned into one of my favorite stages. Going through, I really like all of the Hand Castle movements, starting off with that glide there. Then going in, I think a lot of the movement in terms of the way that it flows and collecting a lot of the keys can be really cool. Some of it is a little annoying. There's like a few things that are kind of like going in, especially in the middle of the stage. Grabbing keys 5 and 6 with the flower can be really annoying, but I think like I've kind of found that as I've been going through and grinding this out for the eventual Chaotix return, I'm like, oh, I actually really like this stage. Like, this stage is like really fun to like do like super fast with like a bunch of the strats, especially with the door clip that I don't know if you're doing.
Nope.
Okay, well, don't get to talk about the door clip. Life's so sad, but still get to talk about a bunch of stuff. I still think this movement is cool regardless, where you can hold either down left or down right to kind of go around that key behind you. You hit the switch there. Unfortunately, that glide is supposed to grab the key,
Not sure how,
but it didn't this
grab
time.
it.
And so they're abusing that massive Rocket Excel hitbox that we were talking about. The one Rocket Excel on the right box hit all of the boxes.
Yeah.
And then we are going to take advantage of the fact that Vector has a hitbox on that little snout there. The tip of his head has a hitbox that when we stand on it,
I'm shocked the first one didn't work.
refreshes the jump.
Yeah. So it gets a lot easier when you're against the wall, because Vector's just gonna stand in one place, pretty much. But yeah, you can use that, like even without a wall, you can literally just go anywhere with this team. If you've seen like a ring attack for like Mystic Mansion, they fly out of bounds for like 30 minutes.
No, it is crazy. There's a lot you can do, and speaking of a lot you can do, there's a lot you have to do in our good friend Mystic Mansion here. You know, this is the notorious one, 60 torches. But unlike in your casual playthrough, this stage is so cool. There's so much movement, and shout outs to this. We are going to do 2 rocket accels here across the thing, taking advantage of normally when we talk about a double rocket accel, like when you hold B initially for the rocket accel, you releasing B will actually just give you a rocket accel. It'll give you a single rocket accel where only Vector pushes you. But then if you press the button again, you will get a double where Charmy then pushes you. And so basically us doing a double rocket accel is just us pressing B like as soon as we can to get both teammates to pushes at the same time. But the idea can be just Charmy will stay with you on the Vector rocket accel, so you can kind of taper them out a bit, kind of like make sure that they're more spaced out, and that's what you can do for that piece of movement. And of course, we do have the RNG. Thankfully, we got the good RNG, no backup. So this route is not completely horrible. We will just be homing attacking as opposed to doing some tornadoes. And going through to the second half of Mystic Mansion on really good time. Like,
wow.
Incredible time. You know, that was unfortunate. Lost 2 seconds, thought it'd be a little fun.
What is over?
Belly flop to hit that. Switch to Charmy. We don't have to glide on top of that. We can just switch to Charmy, let the wind carry us, then fly the rest of the way. We are going to, we're just going to do the rocket accel. No Duraclips here.
Yeah. Wow.
I can't believe we missed that.
That's insane.
206 E-Blast. I mean, it's especially with the silly mistakes. I mean, 206 is nuts.
Yeah, this is incredible.
We're going to go through. Doing some homing attack cancels, because if you keep that homing attack going, SBO will continue all the way towards that ring box in front of you. But you can kind of take advantage of it because it's the homing attack cancels forcing you down, so it is a little bit faster to have that ring capsule there to do those homing attack cancels. Then we're going to flop into Vector. character, and then of course we have the spider web rune. Rocket Excel into that to give you max speed, to get over to jump. Then we're gonna time our ooh, man. Always so scary. It's like timing our pressing B to make ourselves go faster on the rail to jump across those with as much speed as possible. And then we can actually tornado cancel with SBO to turn invisible on the rail and then immediately homing attack to make that just a little faster so we don't have to like turn invisible in the air, which again is a slow animation. Going through the end of Mr. Commander, 2 more homing attacks, and hopefully, as like, we didn't really try to do it, but yeah, you can try to get those last 2 in 1 homing attack. A little difficult.
Nah, I hate that strat.
It is so weird. Then you get hit by the guy and you like explode. 305. Yeah. It's a very
305 is really nice. You love to see it. All right. Man, Mystic Mansion is so cool. Just playing through the stage, no matter what, it's just a fun time. There we go.
There is the funny frame. You got 1 frame to press B to make all the characters just start tweaking on the boss fight cutscene.
Yeah. They're having a good time.
All right, here we go. Starting out with some guided homing attacks. So, arguably, the RNG can be a lot worse on this stage, despite the fact that we don't actually need any SBO level 3. We only need Vector level 3 and Charming level 2. However, the point at which we need them is a lot greater. Or it's a lot sooner, I should say. That's the better word for it. So, it's going to be really tough. So, this RNG is pretty ideal because we get at this point we only need Vector level 3. And so hopefully within these next 2 waves, we can get them. That's gonna be when we want them. We're gonna have, I believe, 3 or 4 chances to get them at this point.
There we go.
And there it is. Okay. Again, you like doing the Vector level 2 and level 1 combos is so bad in comparison to level 3 that going after you hit this cannon, the boss fight turns into either a comfortable experience to a not at all comfortable experience and a very rough one as soon as you hit this. But Deku will be fine. You know, they do indeed make RNG in the Deku location. Crazy. Thankfully, we did not hit those we did not hit all the flat waves.
Yeah, I forgot the strap. Wow.
Yeah. Here we go. So, yeah, again, as you can see, the big robot guys, the guys with the spiky shields that can be weird to kill without the Vector level 3 combo. Just absolutely kind of like they just fall over. They would not fall over otherwise. Yeah, I was the timing on that rocket cell was really scary, but you kind of knew. Going too quick on that does make the birds off the side that he killed at the very end not spawn, so you would have had to go back, stand on the ground, and then jump back out to make those guys spawn if he was too quick. But Deku noticing his own mistake really quickly and adjusting as he should. And that will be the rest of the fight. From here on out, it is just 2 nice team blasts to finish it off.
Yeah, nothing fancy here.
Some team blast glitches for fun. Generally, you get enough rings so that you don't have to team blast glitch to get this. Sometimes you do. Sometimes you need 1. So it's always nice to team blast glitch once, just in case. But for the most part, generally you will get enough rings, as those rings do count for your next team blast. So, but you know, if you have nothing better to do, you might as well team blast glitch. Practice for the team Rose runs, your team Dark runs. You know.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I mean, you don't even need him in Team Rose anymore.
I don't think
so. You don't need him in Team Rose. You got cheese strats now.
Yeah. That's how you know.
Cheese strat for Robot Storm.
Got practice for Team Dark Extra, surely.
Yeah. And so, you know, Deku totally doing Egg Fleet Bob.
Shoutouts to Rebel.
Yeah,
complete the stage in like 30 seconds.
I can't believe it's real. one of the
Yeah.
it's just one of the Babus of all
The
time.
stage is like 60,000 units long, I think. I don't know if it's 60,000 or 60 million, but it's a lot of units long. And
It's a
that bob
massive stage.
boost can just like traverse all those units. It's insane. Like your character moves at like 10, 15 units a second. Like, well, the bob boost you're moving at fucking, I don't know,
A
1,000.
billion, I don't know. Oh yeah. It's got to be a billion.
Yeah.
All right, actually, jokes about the Babus aside, this stage is so sick. Big fan favorite, massive glide off of that to start. Um, we have, funnily enough, another little trail strap, but
Oh my god,
starting
that was
off,
so
oh,
speed.
dude, that zip gives you so
That
much
was
speed.
so
Yeah,
much
we were gonna
speed.
go off a zip into the trail strap. Normally, if you have a lot of speed and glide onto the sides of that fan, you'll kind of like bounce off, and you kind of can go across the side of the fan to hit that spring as opposed to going in the middle of it, and it looks so cool when it's all done right. And then we have this jump that can be really scary, but of course Deku is great at it. He was doing it before everybody else.
Yeah, big fan of that one.
We're going through. Hopefully not gonna get hit with the meathead. But
Yeah.
yeah, running off the side of the ships. Stage can be so sick. Going through it. It's a very short stage with a lot of the flowers. It deletes a lot of the auto scrollers, and even then, we only really kind of like explore only like one half of it. Unlike with Sonic and Dark, where you kind of go like through all of it, and then of course Rose is more the second half, where Chaotix is the first. Going through, we're gonna switch to SBO. We're gonna get a jump.
What?
Oh,
They
that's
like
so
double
cool.
press? What was that?
Yeah, so you get like a double switch.
Oh, I'm just not in the
But
right
yeah, as you
mindset
see
anymore.
here, we're trying to like homing attack, switch to Charmy to then get the thing in.
Wow, I had so much
Nice
speed.
zip. That
Did
was a
not
lot
react.
of zip. Um,
Oh, I get to play the stage again.
yeah, Deku just loves the stage so much.
That was so much speed. Wow, I just could not. It's not ready. Yeah, I just wanted to get that sub 130.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, that you'd have to delete the Deku SR channel if it didn't happen.
Oh my god, what if I died again?
Dude,
Sub 130. It's saved. I no longer have to delete the VOD.
yeah.
Impossible feat. Ultimate ninja power.
Yeah, that's the Egg Fleet again. Super cool stage. You can kind of see all the moving parts in it, and it's like a nice short but sweet stage in that sense. And I mean, at the end of the run, that stage is terrifying. A lot of that stuff can be pretty death defying. It's like at the end of a run, trying to like do all that stuff on pace is just terrifying. But for a slightly less terrifying stage, we do our Final Fortress. This stage is really cool, even shorter. You only have 5 keys, and if you know where the first 5 keys you can get are, this stage is not very long at all. Generally, they wouldn't expect you to kind of like explore in the way that you do. And so, like, literally, like, after the 5th key of this stage, the next key is like a decent bit ways away.
Yeah.
But again, we don't have to worry about that because there are 5 keys before we have to like actually play Final Fortress. So we're gonna go through and do this nice catch-up flight there.
I did an extra flex, otherwise that was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, something funny about the stage is that, you see this route, you just grab the first 5 keys, but if you see an IL, the route is completely different. You do a bop boost, you do a death strat, you go to grab the last 2 keys.
Yeah. No, it is. It's kind of crazy with how the IL is.
Sub 1?
Yeah, no, of course. Yup. We will be getting a sub 1. That's I know that's what Deku SR. Honestly, I don't even think Deku SR just wants sub 1. He's like 59. I don't know if that's good enough.
No. I think I get like,
know what
I think 52 is the best I got. Maybe 58. If you shoot for like 54, 55. I don't remember,
Yeah.
it's been a while.
Yes, it's word.
Best
You-
boss time?
You like Emperor? That's the thing.
I don't even remember
Do
the
you like this
strat.
boss? Neutral stick rocket excel,
Oops.
bro. Neutral stick rocket excel. You got it.
No, just forgetting the one cycle.
Oh, forgetting the one
Yeah,
cycle. It's
because
that
shoutouts to KD4.
Ray.
She's
I
been
don't know.
like experimenting with so many strats, and I always forget which one's the for what team. It's like Team Sonic, you do like a circle for Team Rocket. I think I'll do the Thunder Shoot. I think that's what you do.
Let's hope. Nothing feels real with this boss.
Yeah. Alright, we got the first part.
Yep. So again, we're gonna go through. We are gonna hit that thunder shoot, and it worked.
It worked. Shoutouts to Katie.
Maybe that's it.
And that's
Yeah,
time.
that's the one.
GG.
Yeah, that's time. 3-1 cycle.
Let's go. 48-29. See you on the stream. Oh my god, the time should probably not make the timer blue. I did not think about that.
Oh man, it does kind of blend. It does blend really well.
Should have thought about that one.
Oh man.
Oh well, that's the Team Chaotix. The run wasn't too great, but I got to show off most of the buff boosts. This game's really cool. There's a slight chance we might have a tournament for this in 2025. And if we want to have like a main tournament, we'll probably have like a small event going. So if you want to like prepare for that or just like run the game, we have the Discord, the Sonic Heroes Discord. You can find the link on the speedrun.com. Great community. Even like so many people stream, like shoutouts like Span, shoutouts to Joy, they always stream Heroes. I guess Joy doesn't stream Heroes that much now, but
He'll be back eventually, you know. Well, people take breaks.
yeah. Yeah, shoutouts to the Sonic Heroes community in general. Yeah, I think that's about it. Shoutouts to Sacer. Thank you. It's been an honor to be the first run. I say that, but I was the one who made myself the first run.
Yeah, I was about to say, me when I make myself the first run, it's an honor to be
It's an
the
honor.
first run.
Alright, enough yapping. Hope you guys enjoyed the next run. It's Sly Sonic running Crash to Insanity. Game is really cool. It's like all levels. Yeah.